Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, the CSGO esports scene has been shaken by a massive cheating epidemic. The Division 2 is going Judge Dredd, Apex Legends is rebalancing armor, and more. A recently discovered exploit in CSGO has been letting team coaches spectate matches from unintended vantage points for at least 18 months. The exploit gives coaches a camera in a fixed location that can be rotated to provide a full view of the area. They can then relay whatever they see to their players, giving the team a massive advantage. So far, as many as 3 pro team coaches have been officially banned from tournaments for up to 2 years. The exploit was recently discovered and Valve patched it within a matter of days, but an untold amount of damage might have already been done. Thousands of matches have been played in the last 18 months, and thanks to the pandemic, many of those matches have been played online, which makes detecting the exploits much harder. CSGO tournament referees and ethics organizations are currently sifting through all those matches to determine when the exploit was used and by who. Aside from match fixing, this is probably the biggest cheating scandal in CSGO history, not just because of how egregious the exploit was, but also because its impact is unknown. How many teams won a tournament or a crucial round because of this exploit? How many teams got sent home because of it? Hopefully this mess will get sorted out quickly. In addition to coaches getting banned, their teams have also gotten slapped with disqualifications and had their prize money taken back. The Division 2 is turning things up to 100 with a new PvE endgame mission. Summit will task players with making it up 100 floors in a skyscraper. Each floor will be populated with random enemies and objectives. The higher you climb, the harder it gets. Dying resets you to the last checkpoint, which is typically about 3 floors below your current level. Every 10 levels, a boss will spawn that drops stronghold level gear and XP. The big prize waiting for you at the top floor is an exotic piece of armor called Ridgeway's Pride. It applies a bleeding effect to enemies and gives you armor regen for doing damage. The devs haven't announced a launch date for Summit, but it will be available on the PC public test servers tomorrow. This sounds like a similar concept to Diablo 3's Rifts based on how it's been explained. You're on a linear path through a dungeon to get loot and grind XP. Considering just how much the Division 2 revolves around leveling up your gear, Summit sounds like a welcomed addition to the game with an interesting twist. Today's patch for Apex Legends made some significant changes to the game's armor values. At the start of the season, Respawn made all armor Evo only and reduced armor values by 25 HP. Today's update reverts that second change, giving back 25 HP to armor across the board. The goal is to revert the game's TTK to what it was in Season 5 without massively disrupting the flow of matches or changing the balance too much. We'll have to see how the change pans out with all armor being Evo now. In Season 5, going up against someone with red armor felt like a death sentence if you didn't have red. Season 6's armor changes have been divisive, but I think they improved the flow of a match by rewarding damage more than just looting for better gear. Modern Warfare might be getting another iconic Modern Warfare 2 weapon. The AA-12 has popped up as an unfinished asset tucked away in the game's files. A clip of the gun in use is currently available on Twitter. Dozens of guns, both new and returning, have been found in the game's files by data miners. It's unclear if the AA-12 is on its way into the game or just another cut asset. If it's coming soon, it'll likely be when the next season of Warzone launches. As for Black Ops Cold War, new leaks are suggesting that the game will be a bit scaled down from Modern Warfare. Ground War returns, but with a max player count of 24. Modern Warfare seems like it was definitely gunning to grab some of that Battlefield crowd with its 64-player support in Ground War, but it hasn't proved as popular as it could be. The most recent maps have been arguably pretty bad. That said, Warzone has started featuring Ground War style modes. Cold War may not offer a large-scale mode, but Warzone undoubtedly will. Microsoft Flight Simulator has proven to be the biggest Xbox Game Pass launch title on PC yet. At over 1 million units sold so far, the game has flown past some insane milestones. Players have flown more than 26 million flights and logged more than 1 billion miles flown. The game has also got its first major update since launch that fixed a bunch of installation and crashing issues. Nvidia's reign of FPS terror this week just keeps going. They released a new gameplay video showing Doom Eternal running at 4K on max settings at well over 100 FPS on an RTX 3080. The RTX 2080 Ti by comparison tops out at 100 FPS in ideal situations on the very same settings. In our final story today, Nintendo have announced remasters of Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. All three titles are considered to be holy grails by Mario fans. The remasters will be available on the Nintendo Switch later this month in a bundle called Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, calling them remasters might be a little bit of a stretch though. All three games have been optimized for the Switch rather than being rebuilt for modern hardware. They'll run at higher resolutions and frame rates. Beyond that, don't expect much in the way of technical improvements. Nonetheless, they're iconic Nintendo games, so they'll still look amazing within the Nintendo art style. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what article you thought was the most interesting, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.